Dear friends, I am Vijayan Velivai. All are welcome to my YouTube channel. This video is meant for retired railway employees to enable them to draw e-pass. The railways has decided to replace the present system of issuing paper pass with the e-pass system and implemented the same to a good extent among serving railway employees. Now the pensioners are also brought into e-pass system slowly. The first step towards availing e-pass is to register oneself into HRMS. I had posted this video, part 69, in YouTube, giving a slow motion demonstration on how to register in HRMS. In the second stage, local pass clerk has to upload all the relevant data of the pensioner into the profile of the pensioner. Now, when the pass system, that is e-pass system, is becoming nationwide as well as digital, there must be a uniform, a common format is required. So, the pass clerk must get the relevant details from the pensioners to upload as well as to maintain a uniform record of the pensioner. So naturally, the pensioners have to send the relevant data to the pass clerk. In this time of COVID-19, a pensioner, a senior citizen, cannot physically convey the details to the pass clerk. There are several other problems also connected with this. The local pass clerks, they are undertaking several other duties also in addition to issuing pass. So they may not be getting sufficient time to upload all these documents into the system. Hence, the pass approving authority of Palakkad division, to which I belong to, came out with a solution. There are about 14,000 pensioners in Palakkad division drawing pass. So, now the Palakkad division has announced a email ID, a common email ID for all the pensioners who are taking drawing pass from Palakkad division. All the pensioners have to scan these documents and email into this particular email ID. Pass approving authority on his part will get the rest of the details from the local pass clerks and compare it and upload into the system. So, what I am describing here is the system adopted in Palakkad division. This will be more or less same in all divisions in Indian Railways. All those registered in HRMS have been advised about the email ID through phone message. I hope all of you followed the video which I had posted earlier regarding this registration, and all of you might have registered with HRMS. Now all the pensioners have to scan the relevant documents and send this by email in PDF format. Now we will see which are the documents to be scanned and emailed and how this is practically done. This video gives a slow motion demonstration of the same. Please view the video in full screen to get clear idea. It is better to view the video in your sibling's phone and simultaneously undertake the scanning work and emailing in your own mobile phone. The documents required to be sent to the divisional pass clerk are ID proof of the retired employee including family members who are availing pass, last availed manual pass, PPO copy, passport size photograph, HRMS ID, PAN card. Now we will see the first item, ID proof of the retired employee including family members who are availing pass. The ID proof which is mentioned here is the ID which you have received while retiring from the service. So that ID which you have to take along with your pass while traveling is the ID which is to be scanned and uploaded here. All the ID cards, all those family members who are included in the pass are supplied with ID cards, and all these ID cards are to be scanned. Whereas in certain divisions, only a single family ID has been supplied, which is in a book form with having 4 or 5 pages. In that case, all these pages are to be scanned for this purpose. The second item, the last availed manual pass. The last availed manual pass is the one which you have received from the local pass clerk. For example, this is my pass, last availed one. So this pass is to be scanned and sent along with the sent as a document. Third document, relevant document is PPO copy. While returning from service, you are issued with PPO. So this PPO copy should not be confused with service certificate. Both are different. You must see that at the top it is mentioned that it is pension payment order. So my pension payment order is like this. It may be 1 page or 2 pages. Whatever it be, all these pages scanned. Fourth item is passport size photograph. So passport size photograph of all the people included in the pass you are having must be there to scan. Then HRMS ID, you are having already HRMS ID and also the password for logging into the HRMS site. Next, PAN card. PAN card, almost all retired employees are having PAN card now. Those retirees who are not having this 14-digit PPO, that is 14-digit PPO has been issued after 7th Pay Commission. So if retired employees are not having this 14-digit PPO, they should invariably scan PAN card and send it to the office. For them, PAN card is a must. Now, if you are ready with all these documents which I have mentioned now, we can start scanning of the documents, and thereafter we can send these documents by email. Okay, now let us start. As soon as you have registered with the HRMS site, your pass clerk will be knowing the fact. So naturally he has to contact you to send the relevant documents to him and also advise the mode of sending the details, either by email or by WhatsApp, whatever it be. Suppose there was no intimation from him, you have to contact him and see how to send these details. Now, to scan the documents, you must have a scanner application in your phone. If no scanner application is there in your phone already downloaded, we have to download it from Play Store. So click the Play Store. Now the screen will be like this, and at the top you just type down CAM scanner. On clicking CAM scanner, you will get a list of scanner applications available in Play Store. In this list, you just come to this application. Here you can see in the bracket it is written Made in India. Document scanner, in the bracket written Made in India. This application is found simple and easy to manage. Click on this application, we will get a window like this. Here we will download this application. When the document scanner application is fully downloaded and installed, the open button will go green. Instead of opening this application here, it is better to go to the home screen, find out the application, click it and open it. On opening the application, the window will be like this, and here you have to scroll the window towards the left side. In this window you can see done written below. Here you click. Now the window will be like this. Here in this window you can see a camera button below. You click the camera button, and on clicking the camera button you will get another window where scanner will be seeking your permission to take pictures and all. You allow it. Then there is another window. Here you click the close button. Now the scanner is fully functional. We can take pictures and all. We can place the documents below the phone, and on clicking the camera button we will get the scanned pictures in the phone. Before scanning the documents, it is better to place a white paper on the table or where you are going to scan the photos, so that we will get a very clear picture scanned in the phone. Here I am going to scan my ID proof, that is the photo ID card which I received while retiring, to be taken along with my pass while traveling by train. So this photo ID card is now placed on the white paper. You can adjust the phone by bringing it up and down, so that you will get a clear picture in the screen. Ensure that you are having proper lighting, and also your shadow is not coming inside the photo. Now click on the camera button. The photo is scanned. Now there is a cropping tool appeared. So using this cropping tool you can crop the photo. By just moving the cropping tool using your finger, you can have it around your photo. Then when it is properly placed around that photo, you click the continue button. On clicking the continue button, you will get the photo saved in your phone, and it will be shown on the left side of the screen. On clicking here, we will get the scanned photo on the screen. We can check the quality of the scanning. If you can clearly read the details on the photo, then it is okay. Otherwise, you have to cancel it and take again. Now clicking the back button, we will go back to the previous screen. Now we can remove the photo under the phone and put new document for scanning. If you are supplied with such a plastic laminated ID card by the railways, the pensioner's ID card will have all the family composition and address, etc., almost all details on the reverse side of the ID card. Hence, the reverse side of this ID card of the pensioner is to be scanned. So let us scan this reverse side. Click photo icon. Crop the ID card with the cropping tool. Then after cropping, you click continue button. Then on the left side of the screen, you can see it saved as item 2. On clicking here, you can view the scanned photo, and you must ensure that it is having high quality, that is all the data can be read. Now clicking the back button, we will get back our camera screen. Now we have to scan all the documents one after another, and here you can see I am having 2 other ID cards with me, one of my wife and other of my daughter, who are also included in the pass. And each photo ID card should be scanned separately. It is not necessary to scan the reverse side of these ID cards because there are not much particulars on the back side. As I told earlier, if separate plastic laminated ID cards are not supplied, but a single ID card is available, all the pages of such a ID card should be scanned for sending to the pass clerk. Now the next document to be sent to the pass clerk is the scanned copy of the last availed manual pass. This is my last availed manual pass. Let us see how it is scanned. So this pass is placed on that paper and click the photo icon. As soon as the figure becomes very clear in the screen. This can also be cropped with the cropping tool by stretching it along the border of the pass and clicking continue button. Now it is getting saved as item number 5. We can click it and see whether it is properly scanned. One must be able to read what is written in the scanned copy of this pass. It is okay. Now click the back button to get the camera screen to scan the next document. Next item is the PPO copy. PPO issued after 7th pay commission is a single page document. But those who retired prior to 7th pay commission may be having PPO with more than one page. Whatever it be the case, all the pages of this PPO must be scanned and sent to the office. Here I am having only a single page PPO. Let us see how to scan it. On clicking the photo icon, the scanned page appears, but it is of poor quality. Clarity is poor. So I click the retake button. Now let us see the copy. The copy is found very clear. Let us crop it and click continue button. It is saved as item number 6. Click it, ensure quality once again, then click back button to scan the next document. Next item is passport size photograph. We have to send the photographs of all those included in the pass. Here what I have done is kept all the photos together and took a single scan. The problem with this type of scan is the total MB will be high. For uploading the photos in our profile, the MB should be less than what is specified by railways. When the photos were scanned and sent like this, the pass clerk found it very difficult to upload the photos in the system. So the photos should be scanned each one separately like this. Next one is HRMS ID. HRMS ID need not be scanned and sent. It can be just mentioned in the email while sending the other documents. The next item is PAN card. Regarding this PAN card, I have already mentioned that all those who are not having this 14-digit PPO number should send this copy of this PAN card invariably. It is enough to scan the front side of the PAN card for this purpose. Now we have scanned and saved all the photos, documents required. Here there is an edit button. If you want to crop the photos or documents again, you can do it here. Otherwise, you can click the back button here. Then the window will come like this. Here you can see on the top one new folder in black color that need not be opened. Below that there is the document folder, new document. Here all the documents we scanned are saved. Here you can see 3 dots. Click on the dots here. Then the screen will be appearing like this. Here in this screen you can see on the top left side PDF bar JPEG. Click here then another window will come, and in this window bottom you can see the share button. Click the share button. Now the screen appears like this. Here on the top you can see share as PDF. So select PDF box, because already we are told to send these documents as PDF. So now click share button. Now the window will appear like this. Here you can see so many apps which are in your phone capable of sharing the documents. We have to send the documents via email. Here you can see I am having two emails, that is Yahoo Mail and Gmail. Now I am going to send the documents via Yahoo Mail to the pass clerk. For this we must know the email ID of the pass clerk. Suppose you are not having email facility in your phone, you can use WhatsApp. Suppose your sibling or your friend is having email facility in his phone, then you can send the scanned documents and HRMS ID and also the email address of the pass clerk to his phone. Then request him to send the documents to the pass clerk in the email address. Also tell him to mention the HRMS ID in the body of the email. Now let us see how the documents are sent by email. See, I am going to send my documents, the scanned documents, to the pass clerk. On clicking the Yahoo Mail button, Yahoo Mail opens. Here you can see below our scanned documents in PDF form. At the top there is space for writing the email address of the pass clerk. Here I am writing the email address of the pass clerk of Palakkad division. Now at the bottom here in this row you have to erase off and type down the subject, that is you can mention here as documents for e-pass. Here in the body of this letter you can give HRMS ID or username or user ID, all are same, which is comprised of 6 capital letters. Here in this subject box you can give your name also, that is documents of such and such person, like that. Now we can send this email by clicking the send button at the top. On clicking the send button, the window will go back like this. Here we will not we cannot understand whether the mail has been actually sent or not. For this we have to go back to Yahoo Mail and check the outbox. Now we have sent the required documents to the pass clerk. Now it is up to the pass clerk to upload the items in our profile. So if the pass clerk has any doubt in our credentials, he is likely to call you and clarify the doubts. Thereafter, a message will come to your message box requesting you to verify the data. Along with this message, like this, the name of the pass clerk and also his number will be made known to you. We will see how this data is verified in my next video. Once data is verified, it is possible for you to draw e-pass from your mobile phone itself. Okay, let us see in our next video. Bye.